Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look. I used all drugstore and affordable makeup products and I really love the way it turned out. I actually used quite a few new things like for the first time today and I love them already. And then I also used some of my favorites that I think are perfect for fall or for any time to do your makeup. So I don't really have any updates, I think. I don't think so. I hope you guys are doing well and I hope all of my people from Florida, Puerto Rico, wherever, like, you know, if you've been affected by all of these natural disasters, I hope you're okay. I hope you're doing well. I hope you and your families are safe and you are in my thoughts and prayers, and I just wanted to put that out there because I know with so much going on, it's been crazy. So if you are taking the time to watch my videos with everything going on, thank you so much. I appreciate you and you are in my thoughts. So I hope you enjoy the video. Grab your makeup brushes, grab a snack, and let's just go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so we are starting off with a fresh face, no makeup on. The brows need to go on first. If you guys watch me, you already know that's my routine. So I'm going to first take my Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim Brow Pencil. This one's just in the shade Dark Brown. You can see it's just a really tiny fine tip brow pencil with a spoolie on the end. I love this brow pencil. It's like my current go-to. And I'm just going to go ahead and outline my brows just to give myself almost like a rough draft. That way when I go in with a pomade, it just makes my life with my brows so much easier. So I'm just following along with my natural shape and just outlining the best that I can because my brows are not perfect. But over the past couple of months, I've grown to actually like my brows and work with them the best that I can. I feel like it's because of this technique that I'm doing, like outlining and then filling them in. I think it works really well for me. Then I'm using my NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Gel. It's pretty much just like any other brow pomade. And I have this one in the shade Espresso. It's a really dark color and I like this because I feel like it matches my hair really well because my hair is so dark. So I am just going to be using one of my favorite angled brushes, and this one is by e.l.f. If I can find it, that'd be great. This is the e.l.f. Duo brush. I like it because it's a really fine angled tip brush and then it comes with a spoolie on the other end, so it's like really convenient. I know that the pencil does come with a spoolie as well. I like both of them honestly. So when I get to the inner corner, I try to do really light strokes, kind of like upwards. I like to kind of get like that faded brow effect. I used to do my brows like straight up like a box in the inner corner and it just looks so unnatural. So I like to kind of feather them in a little bit to make them look as natural as possible. Then as always for me, I'm going to go ahead and just clean out the edges of my brows a little bit with my favorite concealer. This is the NYX Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Beige. You really don't have to do this. I mean, sometimes I personally like to, just because I don't know if you can really tell, but I kind of went a little bit like too far out right here on my brows, so I feel like with concealer it just makes them look a little bit more clean and just more precise. I'm going to be using a Beige Cosmetics angled flat shader brush. I got this in a kit last year and I really like Beige Cosmetics. Their brushes I think are really good quality for the price. So I'm just basically going to go ahead and start outlining the brows. So I'm also going to be taking the NYX concealer and just applying it all over my lid as a primer. I always love using primer or concealer that is like a skin tone shade just because it conceals like everything on your lids and just makes everything super even. Alright, I'm starting off with the LoveMelissaMichelle palette from Ulta. I did an Ulta one brand tutorial and I did another look with this palette and I'm using it again because I really think it's the perfect palette for fall and it's so affordable with everything that you get. You get 9 eyeshadows, a highlighter, a blush, and a liquid lipstick in here. So I'm going to be focusing today mostly on the shadows. So I'm going to start off with the shade right here, which is in Wheezy, and I'm just going to be applying that all over my lid to set my primer. I'm using an e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush to do this. This is like my favorite brush to set my lid because it fits perfectly like right all over the lid. It's like a great brush and it's like $3. Picking up the shade right here, which is Rosemary, I'm going to be applying that as my neutral blending color. Of course, I'm using my Live and Breathe Beauty Just blending brush from Walmart. I think I like this brush. Actually, I do like this brush more than my Sigma E40. I don't know what it is about this, but I feel like the bristles are softer and I just love the way it applies my transition color, like in the crease. It's perfect. My last look was like super bold. If you guys saw my last tutorial, it was like intense blue, purple, smoky eye. So I'm going to do something neutral today for fall, because realistically, who doesn't love neutral looks on a daily? Picking up the shade in here, which is Bing Bing. It's like more of like a deep, dark, reddish brown color. I'm going to be using a Sigma E17 or Morphe E17, my bad. And I'm just going to be applying that on the outer part of my crease. Just on that area. Typically I will bring the shade like all the way in, but I'm just focusing it on the outer part. Kind of doing circular motions basically to really pack the color on there and make it pop. With the same brush, I'm just going to use a little washcloth. I have like a bunch of these. You can get them at like Target, Walmart, anywhere. And I'm just wiping off that brush, and I'm going to be going in with the shade right next to the one I just used. It's called Harley, and it's more of a deeper dark brown, and I'm just going to be taking that color and applying it pretty much on the same area where I just applied that shade very lightly. I'm literally tapping my brush in here ever so lightly just to emphasize that area also with the darkness as well. This palette's very pigmented. Even though it is affordable, it's great quality, and a little bit of product does go a long way. So I always like to just dip my brush in a little bit, because it's easier to fix a mistake if you have a little bit of eyeshadow. Instead, if you just like pack on the eyeshadow and like slam it onto your eyelid, it can be very difficult to blend. So just start out with a little bit of eyeshadow at a time as you go. If I have to darken anything up, I will towards the end. So then what I'm going to do is just go ahead and do a little bit of a brow bone highlighter. And I'm going to be using the shade Lola in here on a really tiny pencil brush from Sigma. I'm just going to take this, tap off the excess, and apply that right on my brow bone. Do you see how gorgeous that shade is? It's incredible. I love me a good frosty brow bone highlight. And I always like to build it up to really make it pop. Especially with a neutral look, I feel like, bam, it's so pretty. I'm using a Morphe M433 with no product on this brush, just to run that on the edges of my shadow. Okay, then this is a new product, but it just screamed fall to me when I saw it. This is the NYX Glitter, and this one is just in the shade 04. I believe these are just loose traditional glitters. You can use them on your body, on your face, anywhere. And look at how gorgeous that color is. It's like a copper red. I thought it was just like perfect with this look, perfect for fall. And I like the packaging because it has like a little, what is that called? You know what I mean. It's like a salt and pepper shaker. I also did pick up some NYX Glitter Primer. Also never tried this before. The packaging is adorable. You can see it's like holographic. So I guess I'm going to apply this and then go over top with this glitter. Usually I honestly don't really like glitter because it's so messy, and I don't know. I kind of get nervous that it's going to get in my eyes or something, but we're going to try it out and we're going to just, you know, see what happens. I don't know if I should have did this before or if it's okay if I do it on top of eyeshadow, so I'm going to just use a little bit just with my finger. I'm just going to pack it on my lid. Very tacky. Duh, it's glitter primer, Jasmine. So I'm just going to take a flat shader brush. These are my favorite types of brushes for packing on color. You can get them in the Urban Decay Naked palettes. I'm going to just take the tiny side. No, I'm going to take this side, which is like the bigger side, and I'm just going to take this glitter, which I have it right on my lid. It's not really sticking to the brush, so I don't even know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to just start applying it. Okay, I'm definitely going to need more. Maybe I should wet my brush, that way it can stick to the glitter. So I'm going to just use my Milani Make It Last setting spray, just so it has something to stick to, and then I'm just going to literally pack that on. I hope I don't get this in my eye. pretty. I do like that color. It's like really intense. Okay, I like it. It's pretty. I'm so glad that I got that glitter primer because you definitely need it, because otherwise I feel like the glitter wouldn't really stick to anything, obviously, just because this is literally a loose glitter. So that is something to keep in mind. I know e.l.f. has a glitter primer as well. I actually have that and I left it at home. I don't have it with me. I never even got a chance to try it, but this one so far so good. So I'm obviously just going to do the same thing to the other eye. This glitter is getting everywhere. But I really love the shade. They have a ton of colors too. I really like NYX. I think NYX is probably one of the best drugstore brands. I mean, Wet n Wild is like my favorite, but I think NYX is probably right next to that because they have so much to choose from and they have so many different types of makeup products, which is what it makes them, I feel like, so unique compared to like other drugstore brands. So the best way I find currently for glitter is packing it on, obviously, because you want it to be intense and you want it to like stick. Also, I do want to mention, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, but if you're ever using glitter, please do not use glitter from like Michael's or AC Moore, like the craft store. That is so bad for you. I actually see a lot of people doing that, like especially around the holidays or like for Halloween tutorials. If you're using glitter on your eyes, make sure it's actual like glitter that you can use on your eyes. It can be super dangerous for your eyes, so just also keep that in mind. I'm gonna apply a quick coat of mascara because this look is screaming for falsies. So I'm using my L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black, and I just apply like 1 or 2 coats just so that my natural lashes blend in with my falsies and everything looks very natural, even though really there's nothing natural about this look, but you know what I mean. For lashes, I'm going in with the Eyelure number 126. I love these lashes. I think these are the perfect everyday fall lash if you're doing something dramatic, because they are a good dramatic lash because they're not too dramatic. So like, that's what I mean, you can still wear them like for an everyday pop of color warm smoky eye, like the one that I'm doing today. They're so pretty and they're really full and they're really wispy and pretty, so I'm just obsessed with these, and they're so affordable. These are like $5 or $6 at Ulta, and Ulta usually always has buy one get one half off with the Eyelure lashes, so definitely check out Ulta for these lashes. So I'm gonna just apply these like always with my favorite Kiss eyelash glue in the white tube. This is all I use. It works so well and it literally makes your lashes last all day. Like, you're not gonna have any issues with them popping off. So I'm going to pop these on and then I'll see you soon to finish up the face. All right, the lashes are on. I am loving this look so far because I think it's so pretty. I hope you guys can really see the glitter because like in person I think it looks really pretty and it really pops. So now for the face, I did get a new primer. I got the Soap and Glory One Heck of a Blot Instant Perfecting Power Primer. I actually hear Casey Holmes talking about this, so I figured I would give this a try. My skin has actually been a little bit more oily than normal lately, which I think is kind of weird because I go through times when my skin is like either super dry or super oily or like both, because I do have combo skin. So lately it's been a little oily. So I'm just gonna apply this where I normally do get super oily. It doesn't smell like anything. Ooh, it definitely is a matte primer. I can like already tell that my skin is getting matte, and it feels matte like instantly when you apply that primer. So I'm definitely not going to apply this all over my face just because this is pretty much the area where I get the most oily, and wow, that is like super matte. Ooh, it feels nice though. It doesn't feel drying, but it definitely is like matte. For foundation, I'm using the Covergirl Vitalists Healthy Elixir. I love this foundation and I have this one in the shade medium beige. Let's hope that this color matches me. I feel like their shades are a little off. They're either really pinky or really warm. So hopefully this matches me. It might be a little too dark, but I will lighten it up with concealer. I love the way this foundation smells, looks, everything. It's such a great foundation. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and apply this with a brush. I'm gonna be using this one. You can get these Mocha prismatic face brushes at Walmart. They come in a pack of 4 and I love them because this one gives you such a full coverage look. Color is a little like an inch too dark for me. I am really light right now, very fair skin. Okay, I do have a little bit extra on the back of my hand, so I'm going to apply it because I am breaking out a little bit today. I don't know why. I think it's probably just stress. So we're going to cover those little biatches up. because they're interrupting my makeup tutorial. So just covering that up. And then I'm just going to take my sponge to really blend that in. This is the L'Oreal Pink Beauty Blender Sponge, which I love. This is such a great Beauty Blender dupe. And I always like to apply my foundation lately, at least with a brush first, and then I'll go in with a beauty blender or a sponge just to really sink and soak everything in and just make it look as flawless as possible. And I've been loving that technique lately. For concealer, I just picked up a new one. This is the Ulta brand Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. This is my love. I can't stop using this. It's just so good, so comparable to the Tarte Shape Tape. I just raved about this in my current favorites, and the packaging just looks like this. Very simple, very sleek. And I have this one in the shade Medium Warm. So I am just gonna apply this right underneath my eyes. Okay, then I also got another new product. I thought this was just like the perfect like go-to little trio. This is the NYX Three Steps to Sculpt Face Sculpting Palette. It just looks like this. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the Wet n Wild Contour Duo, which is like my favorite. And I actually got this one in the shade Light Pale. I believe they have 4 different colors, and I loved that banana and contour and highlight shade. Like, I thought this was just like my perfect trio. So I'm going to start off with the banana color right here to set right underneath my eyes. And I'm going to be using a Morphe M438. And what I like to do typically whenever I am setting, I'll just go back over top of my concealer and just pat it in just to kind of rub away any extra creases that I have. Ooh, this powder is nice. A lot of NYX. I always use a lot of NYX in my drugstore tutorials because, like I said, they just have so much to choose from and so many, like, always like new products. This right off the bat reminds me a lot of the NYX HD powder. It's really, really light. Okay, Jasmine, take it easy. Okay, I know that looks scary. Let me not apply so much. Reminds me of the Wet n Wild powder in the Contour Duo, or like the NYX HD one, because it's really, really light and brightening, as you can see. I'm gonna also apply a little bit just on the areas where I did apply that concealer. I'm gonna just take a little bit of my Maybelline Fit Me translucent powder. This one's in the shade Light Medium 20. Obsessed with this powder, and the packaging is like so pretty. And I'm just gonna use this to set the rest of my face. And I'm taking a Morphe E41 brush. I'm gonna just go ahead and set my brows. This is my favorite Tinted Brow Gel. Well, one of my favorites. I love the one by L'Oreal as well, but this is the Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer by Maybelline. And I'm just going to lock and load my brows because we don't want them melting off. This makes a huge difference. Like, there was a point, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, I forgot to set my brows and the edges started like melting off. Like, it literally looked like my brows were melting off my face. So Tinted Brow Gel is important, and I really love this one. So I'm gonna just use this color right here. This looks really dark. I'm actually kind of nervous about it because I'm really light right now. I feel like I should go in and bronze my skin first. So let me get another bronzer. Okay, I just picked up my Ulta matte bronzer in the shade Warm. I've been loving this, and yeah, this is a huge difference. Look at that. Whew. I'm gonna use this to really bronze my skin, and I'm gonna use an e.l.f. pointed powder brush to add some warmth back into my face. I like this brush and this bronzer combo together because I feel like it applies everything so smooth and flawlessly into the skin. Then I'm gonna take like the tiniest bit of this color. Let's swatch it. Girl, that is so dark. I'm gonna use this Mocha prismatic brush. Again, you can get this brand at Walmart. It's like a duo fiber stippling brush. And I'm gonna just take this very lightly, tap off the excess, and contour. Very, very lightly. But yeah, that's super pigmented. Wow. I feel like if you're tan, this would be a great bronzer because it's actually like showing up and it's really, really dark. Let's run my Beauty Blender a little bit over top of my forehead because I went ham with the bronzer up there. I do like that bronzer. It's really smooth. It's just extremely pigmented. So I think this is a nice little trio if you have medium skin tone, like if you're tanner, I think that would be awesome. I do like it. I'm still going to use it because even though it is dark, I think I can still make it work. And if I ever need to like add a lot of color back into my face, like if my face is ever too light, I think that is a great bronzer to use. Cool. Then for blush, I'm actually going to be using the Essence Satin Touch blush in the shade Satin Love. I think this is a great everyday rose color blush. And I'm going to keep the cheeks pretty simple today just because the eyes, I want that to be like the main pop. Typically I would go in with like an orange blush, especially with this look, but I really like this one just because it's so natural. The LoveMelissaMichelle palette also does come with a blush, which I really do like. It is very similar to this one, except it's a little bit darker, but they're both the natural rose tone blushes. I do like the one in the palette as well. You see? It just gives your cheeks like a really pretty wash of color. And this looks like nothing in the pan. Like it looks like it's going to be just a plain baby doll pink blush, but it's so pretty on the cheeks and I think it looks better applied versus swatched or in here. Okay, then for highlighter, I'm going to just use the one in the NYX palette because I swatched this in store and this is pretty much what sold me on the palette is the highlighter because it's like a really pretty gold-ish. Let me see if I can show you. Do you see that? It's like a gold champagne. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to use my Morphe M501. Ooh, it's really pretty. Oh my gosh, I love that shade. Do you see that? Almost finished. So I'm gonna just finish up my lower lashes of course. So I'm actually just gonna use some brown eyeliner and I'm using this one from Lottie London. You can get this brand on Ulta's website. And this one's in the shade Mocha. It's just the AM to PM kohl eyeliner pencil. So I'm just gonna line my waterline. So moving back into the LoveMelissaMichelle palette, I'm gonna be picking up the shade right here, which is Bing Bing, and I'm just gonna be applying that right on my lower lashes and just to smoke out the look. And I'm just gonna be using a Morphe E36 brush, which is like a really tiny brush. It's perfect for that. I'm gonna use the shade Lola just to highlight the inner tear duct of my eye with the same pencil brush from earlier, which is the E30 from Sigma. I'm dipping my brush in here and then I'm just gonna take my Milani Make It Last setting spray. Spray that just to really make that pop. The eyeshadow is really pigmented on its own, but I feel like doing that gives the eyeshadow a more wet metallic look. Okay, so the only other thing that I did for my eyes is just apply some bottom lash mascara. So the only thing left are lips and setting spray, and then we'll be on our way. So for lip liner today, I'm going to be using this one from Milani. It's just the traditional color statement lip liners that they have. I love these. And this one's in the shade 09 Spice. I'm going to try out this lipstick today. So this is the Long Lasting lipstick from Essence in the shade 06. You don't even need lip gloss with these lipsticks. That's how creamy and moisturizing they are on the lips. That's why I really like them and they're so affordable. I've been so into glossy lips lately. I don't know why. Like you could, like I said, leave this lipstick on its own because it is very moisturizing, but I want a glossier look. So I'm going to use one of my current favorite glosses. This is the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Mocha Twist. It's pretty much kind of like a deeper, darker nude, and if you use these lip glosses, or this color in particular on its own, it's kind of like your lips but better. Finally, I'm just going to go ahead and set my makeup with my Milani Make It Last setting spray, which is one of my faves. Alright guys, so that does complete this look. Let me know what you think down below and feel free to continue to send me more fall tutorials that you want to see this season. I've screenshotted a bunch from Snapchat, from Instagram, and I have a huge long list of videos to do. And also, you don't have to just send me video requests for makeup tutorials. It can be just any other videos that you want to see. Leave them down below in the comments or send them to me on my social media. I hope you guys liked the video. Thanks for watching and thank you for everything. I love you all and I'll see you in a few days in my next video. Bye.